Vzocher chasdei avos, umevee goel nevneihem. Chasdei avos requires thought. The avos have different midos. The midah of Avram is chesed. The midah of Yitzchak was not mentioned as a chesed. Of course, he must have done chasadim. Yaakov Avinu doesn't mention at all chesed. What do you mean chasdei avos, the chasadim of the avos? But the Shir Hashirim says, in Perek Aleph, that you can do chesed with the Bar Shalom. How do you do chesed with the Bar Shalom? You do chesed with the Bar Shalom because you want to give him nachas. I think a very good illustration of this is in the 5th chapter, Shir Hashirim. In the 5th chapter, in Perek Hey, Pasuk Beis, it says as follows: Ani yeshena v'libi er. I'm sleeping, but my heart is awake. In Klal Yisrael is the description of Klal Yisrael. Klal Yisrael is sleeping. It's going, whether it's being frum or not being frum. But we're asleep. The frum world is also asleep, frankly. V'libi er, but the heart is awake. Inside there's a spark that can be made into a flame. The heart is awake. And cold or fake. There's a sound of my beloved knocking. The Baruch Shalom is knocking. He's knocking on our hearts. He's knocking on the door of the room in which we're sleeping. And he says, Pischi li, open the door for me, Achwesi, my sister, Rayosi, my friend, Yonosi, my dove, Talmosi, my perfect one. The Baruch Shalom wants to open the door, and he loves us. He uses 4 expressions of love. Open the door and let me in. Shiraishi nimlato, because my head is filled with dew. Resisai, resisai loyla, and the locks are filled with the drip of the night. The Baruch Shalom is saying, it's so wet out here, it's so lonely out here. I created a world, and there's nobody who's paying attention to me. I'm all alone. Open to me. I chose you as a people because your forefathers opened to me, because they did me a chesed. They didn't all do the same kind of avodah. Each one had a separate avodah. Avram did chesed, Yitzchak was din, and Yaakov was teferes. Yitzchak gave himself as a korban. Avram went around the world being the farson as a Baruch Shalom in the world. Only one God in the world. And Yitzchak gave himself as a korban, the whole body. And we've been doing that for thousands of years since then, giving ourselves as korbanos. And Yaakov muchitz achalem. What do you mean muchitz achalem? He struggled through a lifetime, all kinds of struggles. Each one served the Baruch in a different way. Yaakov served him by struggling. Avram served him by going through the world and telling him there's a Baruch Shalom. Yitzchak served him by being mark of himself. Each one was doing a chesed with their Baruch Shalom. Because each one was letting their Baruch Shalom into his world, into his life. He was opening the door to him. And because of the chasdei avos, because they went, not because of what they did only, because they did this chesed to him, they wanted to let him into their world. They let him into their world. So therefore, maybe goel of nevneihem l'man shemoim, maybe goel of nevneihem. So he's bringing a goel of nevneihem to the children. He will bring a goel. Not he will bring, or maybe goel, he's bringing a goel. Bring a goel means that everything that goes through the history of human beings and everything that's taking place in the world, each one of them is a step toward the geula. We can't always recognize what the step is. Of course we don't, because the goel is hidden from us. But each thing that takes place in the world, in the political world, in the financial world, in the military world, each one of the things is a step toward the goel. He's constantly bringing umevee goel.